James Gunn's Superman flew into theaters this past weekend, giving superhero fans a glimpse into the new DCU and giving film fans a Bradley Cooper cameo for seemingly no reason at all. Critics are debating whether or not this movie has done enough to save the superhero genre, but if capes and Krypton aren't your thing, we're also going to chat about Lena Dunham's new Netflix series, Too Much, starring friend of the show, Meg Stalter. But starting with Superman, Louis,
yes,
were you dripping in corn sweat?
Oh God,
in the theater,
I am right now.
Or...
It's a medical issue.
He is so hot.
He is gorgeous. I mean, of course, I am a survivor of Ryan Murphy's Hollywood, so I am already very familiar with David Cornsweet.
And The Politician.
Yes, which that had its moments. I enjoyed Gwyneth on that. Here's what I'll say about this movie. It kind of felt like seeing Spider-Man 1 at the time, which was, it was all devoid of the turducken of IP that has become all these other movies. And so it felt relatively stressless to just enter this new world, even though we're deeply familiar with it and the characters within it. We got to, there's Superman. He has that relationship with Lois Lane and this newspaper, and he's still got the silly glasses, whatever. But there was a purity
to origin.
Yes. It was just, and by the way, they just launch you kind of midway into a story too, which was a bit controversial. You're not at square one the way you are at the beginning of Spider-Man where he gets the bite and all that. But it was pleasant that way. I found myself looking forward to this movie because everybody in it is so kind of casually charming. I thought the best performance in it was Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, who I believe is kind of in Courtney Cox drag in this movie. Did you keep thinking she was Courtney Cox?
She was giving Gail Weathers.
Yes. By the way,
just a little bit.
I think if Gail Weathers never happened, Courtney Cox should have been Lois Lane. Like, she's very that vibe. Like, I work at the paper, but I'm also willing to be charmed by a man, you know?
I really enjoyed her performance too. I think she's fucking great.
Yeah.
And I loved David, obviously. He just has this like Boy Scout thing to him, and like he's like hot and manly too. It's very much how like you were excited for Henry Cavill for being Superman, but this one feels more like he could be Superman.
Yeah, this guy, like the boyishness plus the sort of heartthrob. It's like if Elijah Wood became a superhero or something. You know, there's like an innocent quality, but then also, yeah, a man, obviously. Corn sweat does sound like a Latin term for ab sweat.
I also like that Superman didn't feel like a god in this film. Like, he got beat up a lot.
Yeah. And actually, I would almost say a fault of the movie is we didn't get enough scenes where Superman got to charm us because there were so many scenes of him down bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in the Sex and the City movie where like Carrie's in a deep depression, actually, 75% of the time.
Or in Just Like That.
100%. Yeah.
Well, that's us, actually.
Yeah.
Also, my man, Nicholas Hoult.
He is gorgeous in this movie
and he's so funny.
Yes. Also, his vibe is Lex Luthor in this movie. First of all, he's full bald, so he looks exactly like the guy from the band Live, Ed Kowalczyk. Love that band, love the 90s. But also, he's styled so Future Sex Love Sounds, which something about that, like being bitter that era of fashion is over, I think would propel a Lex Luthor of today. So it felt very, it felt smart.
Yeah, I enjoy Nicholas Hoult in most things, to be honest. I actually don't think there's anything I dislike him in. He's always fun, like even in The Menu. Like he's so good at that character. Even the movie itself is a little messy.
That movie made me not want to go to a restaurant ever again, even though I did think he was good in it. I thought Rafe was good in it, and I thought the amazing Janet McTeer was great in it.
Yeah, I know who you didn't say was good in it.
Okay.
We'll take that off the menu.
I will say, though, I wish Lex Luthor got more to do. I didn't think he got a lot of opportunity to be a villain in a interesting new way, or like be really twisted. There
was a lot of plot going on, to be honest. Like after a certain point, we didn't get a lot of the moments of just like these two baddies going head to head, you know, which is what you always get from Lex and Superman. And I get they wanted to do something a little bit different, but I love their confrontation at the end, you know, where he's yelling about why he hates Superman, etc. And it's all there. It's just that there was a lot going on in the movie. Obviously, there's the addition of the Justice Gang, who will become the Justice League of America eventually. And I thought it was fun adding these extra characters in, but maybe a little bit too much of them at times. Although Mr. Terrific was fantastic.
If they felt like they kind of interrupted the movie a little bit too often. I wish they had been introduced or ingratiated into the film a little more subtly, because they weren't as charming as Superman, Lois, and Lex Luthor. I wish we had just gotten a bit more of that story.
I like Nathan Fillion, but like the joke about the haircut was funny, but then we had to keep looking at the haircut.
Right. It was tough. And unchanging. Yes. And also there was a side character, this like kind of bimbo girlfriend of Lex Luthor named Eve. And I thought that didn't pop off at all. They tried to play
Lauren Sanchez Bezos?
That's right. She was very Topanga looking to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Danielle
I see that.
Fishel.
Yeah. She plays an integral part in the film plot-wise, but doesn't really do anything else character-wise, which was unfortunate. Also, the same can be said for Jimmy Olsen.
True.
But I love that actor.
The way she takes selfies, she actually belongs in the movie Eddington. Like one of those damning characters of today who is, you know, who we all raise an eyebrow at.
Overall, I would say I really enjoyed Superman. And I also find it so funny that Fox News and their ilk has come after the film for its immigration depictions. And, you know, it's not unsurprising, because back in the 40s, people were upset that Superman was beating up Nazis and Hitler before the U.S. entered World War II, mind you.
Right. Because we could have gone either way. You know what I mean? We weren't sure.
So it's just, you know, a lot of the same history repeating itself shit where like the people on Fox News, Kellyanne Conway, for instance, complaining about Superman sound like people complaining about Superman in the 40s. Like it's almost like they're doing a bit.
Right. And that's kind of the thing with her, too. It always feels like she specifically is doing a bit, too.
They're like, oh, we got to hate Superman today. Like,
these themes are definitely underlined in the movie. But truly, it is pretty funny that any movie that might even have an element of kindness as like a moral backbone, these people take as like an affront to them. I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's sad for them in the world, and we're all fucked. But it's also additionally on an ironic level so stupid.
I will say, though, that the villain in the movie was definitely Netanyahu.
Quite. Yes.
I was like, oh, they were like, let's throw all this. I think they actually threw all the immigration stuff to the forefront of the conversation so that they could backdoor in the Palestine stuff.
Right. No, I think you're definitely right. I want to say also about Lex Luthor. He's literally calling shots in this movie. Like he has a headset and is yelling things like L2, L3. And he reminded me of Ed Harris in The Truman Show. And that is such a funny supervillain take. Just to be, I'm in a booth and I'm like basically the stage manager of this apocalypse.
Yeah. Truman Show, by the way, a much more chic movie than you would remember.
Yeah. That's a movie where everybody loves the concept because everybody has that idea about themselves. Like, am I in a simulation, etc. But there are things in that movie that are really well realized, namely near the end. I think when the illusion starts to fall apart at the beginning, it feels a little stupid. Like, why are they so sloppy? It makes no sense.
Yeah. Another thing I really enjoyed about the movie was Krypto, the dog.
Yes, though he is quite CGI. It felt like Clifford the Big Red Dog running onto screen in a way.
I miss him. Where's he been?
I know. Reading, I guess. That's his whole thing, right? I'm in a book, but I'm a dog and I can read.
Very meta.
Yeah. Because he's already in the book. Let me read you.
He's not reading that book, though.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. He probably reads like Colleen Hoover.
No. Clifford enjoying a good, like The Summer I Turned Pretty or something. He's like, I love this.
Overall, I would say that this was a nice reintroduction to the DC universe, which has sort of been a mess. Not that Marvel hasn't been a mess lately, too. But Fantastic Four seems like it's going to be good. Thunderbolts was enjoyable. So I feel like maybe these superhero movies are getting back to being fun again instead of being about here's 9,000 other films that you have to watch to be able to understand this.
Yeah, well, Vanessa Kirby's in that Fantastic Four film, so I will be seeing that. I also want to say about Superman, the flirtations were so good. The relationship between him and Lois Lane, and there was an actual kind of flirty dynamic that, by the way, is something that most James Bond movies are lacking now. The last time we got something really good in that vein, I feel like, was Casino Royale with Daniel Craig and Eva Green. But their dynamic was so fun. And which reminds me, the last time I cared about Superman was the show Lois and Clark, which was so good. I'm so sorry Lois and Clark was so good. Terry Hatcher was fabulous on that show.
Miss Terry Hatcher, of course.
Yes, the great Terry Hatcher of Desperate Housewives, which of course we had mentioned earlier.
By the way, I guess it's one of the anniversaries, or people are talking about it more, that Vanity Fair profile of the cast of Desperate Housewives from season 1. If you have not reread that in a while, please go back and reread it, because it is one of the wildest things to ever happen in pop culture. You can literally see the divisions on set and like see who hates each other and who doesn't from this profile.
Oh my God. Well, that's funny because I just ran across an interview with Catherine Justin recently talking about Nicolette Sheridan, how she'd show up late to work. And she says flatly, like, not affected, not being on anybody's team. She's like, yeah, so she was bad. You know, so funny.